We welcome in now Ross Atkins, the Executive VP of Baseball Operations, as well as General Manager of the Toronto Blue Jays. Ross, thanks so much for taking the time to be with us today on High Heat. Let's brag a little bit about Cavan Biggio. It had been some time before he hit a long ball, but man, you needed it at that very moment, then had a nice defensive play as well. Nice to get contributions from him.
Yeah, there's so many great things about the jobs that we have, and the best part are people and relationships and pulling for them. And I am certainly happy for Cavan that he had such a big game. He has actually been incredible. We've asked a lot of him this year because we haven't had a lot of consistent playing time for him, and he's just been ready at every turn. And to see him get such a big hit, he's had a couple of big hits this year, and that one last night was huge. I'm really happy for him.
8th home run for Cavan Biggio so far this year. I want to take you back to the starting staff here just for a second, Ross. Bad timing for Hyun-Jin Ryu, just making his second start coming off of Tommy John surgery. Takes the comebacker off of the leg. You guys joke that he has big calves, but now he has 2 calves on that one leg with the comebacker. What did the X-ray show, and what can you expect for him?
Yeah, the X-rays were negative, fortunately, but he got hit in a very sensitive area, so we really won't know until today when he gets some weight on it again and what that means for him. Expect it not to be too serious. Certainly hopeful that's the case. It looked like the Hyun-Jin Ryu of old. I mean, he was masterful for those 4 innings. The command it's just so special to watch how he's putting the ball exactly where he wants to put it in every pitch. And you could see that momentum and confidence coming. So unfortunate that it happened, but hopefully we're past it here in the coming days.
And Ryu's part of a 6-man rotation that you guys have currently. So how much more does that depth play a part now that he's out for perhaps a start?
Yeah, and it's an unusual stretch for us with 17 out of 17, so the 6-man makes some sense. It's a way for us to hold some depth. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. We're hopeful that he can make his next turn, or with that, maybe there's some adaptability within the rotation. Have some pitching depth right now that we feel very good about. I think there's a lot of different ways that we could go with it. Our bullpen has been very effective. Looking forward to adding to the bullpen as well with Jordan Romano and hopefully Chad Green coming. So there's been a lot of good pitching stories over the last couple of months, and our staff's worked really hard, and the players obviously deserve all of the credit, but they've really been holding up their end of the bargain, doing an incredible job of keeping us in games.
17 games in 17 days. You know how tired this club must be, better than anybody. You get an off day on Monday, an off day on Thursday. How much will this rotation and bullpen welcome that with open arms?
Oh, there's no question. It is, it's a special challenge about the game. What we ask of everyone in it, not just the players, all of the staff, those stretches of 17 plus games in a row. Those off days come, and it's amazing how much it recharges people and how much energy they get from that off day. Recovery is a massive part of the sport, and we're looking forward to those 2 off days, but hopefully we come into them on a high.
Jordan Romano, you just mentioned him, was on the IL with lower back inflammation. What's the latest on him? When can you possibly expect him back in your bullpen?
Great day for him yesterday. He was, pain-free, didn't feel any symptoms, in a very aggressive bullpen. So really encouraged by those steps. And I think, as he just gets built back up here, it will be a matter of days, certainly.
That's awesome. What about Bo Bichette? When can we expect him back in your lineup?
Great day for him as well yesterday, where he was moving around with very few symptoms, if almost none at all. We're obviously going to progress him cautiously and be careful with how we're loading that knee. But he had a really, really encouraging day where he felt much better yesterday. So I think we're still day to day as we progress out of this, but really good day for him yesterday.
And he leads the American League in average. It'd be great to get both of those guys back on your roster when you get ready to face the Cubs. What does that mean with Bo Bichette's return for Paul DeJong, and what has his addition meant for you guys?
He's been awesome. He really has played. He's been really steady. Obviously a very, very reliable defender. He's fit right in, extremely professional. We feel good about him on this team, complimenting us. We feel That, obviously he'll have to potentially play some different positions and be ready to go. Shortstop is needed if at all. But he's been really steady for us and glad he's a part of the team for sure.
Ross, if the season ended today, you guys are in the postseason. What do you need to do to make sure that when the season actually ends, you're in the postseason?
I mean, it's just, I think it's day at a time. We're, focused on what we can control each day, thinking about putting our best team out there and our best efforts. And they've done a really, really good job. We had a tough start to our season with the schedule, not just the competition that we were playing, but how much travel we had early. And I think now with our schedule, having a lot of home games towards the end, hopefully we'll benefit from. But I feel so good about this team. It's been, some really good stories recently, obviously with Davis Schneider coming in and giving us a bit of a spark. But George and Vladdy look good. I can't wait to get Bo back into that lineup. So many good things happening around how consistent Matt Chapman and Whit Merrifield have been for us. Alejandro Kirk he's looking like Alejandro Kirk that can do some damage. And it's an exciting team that I feel like has a really good chance to get hot and have a good run.
Yeah, this team is good, certainly on paper, and they've proven that what they can do here as of late. You want to brag on Davis Schneider a little bit? What a weekend, a historic weekend against the Boston Red Sox. He doesn't look like a rookie in terms of that mustache, but what has he brought to your club?
Yeah, he's been, he's one of the most well-liked players in our organization. There's so many good stories around the organization. When he got his debut, people were watching his first at bat on cell phones throughout our entire affiliate system. And, he's a great story, not only for obviously Davis and his family, but he's an incredible story for the Blue Jays development and performance system and scouting efforts that have occurred, because it's an unusual one, such a late drafted high school pick that was somewhat undersized and just kept getting stronger every year. And every year was opening up more and more eyes. We were talking a lot about him in spring training, about what an incredible story he's been for us because of the power of resources and leaning into them and what he was able to do to maximize his potential. And the year he's had in AAA is undeniable. The best decisions that you make are ones that the players make for you. And he just forced himself into the mix and obviously had some really good success early on.
I love that one of the gloves that he has that he's playing with right now is the glove that he just grabbed when he was coaching at one of the facilities he was coaching at. No big deal. I'm just going to take this glove to the show. First player in Major League history to have 9 hits and 2 home runs in his first 3 games. This is why we love baseball, stories like this. Okay, you say Kikuchi on the hill tonight for you guys, coming off 2 really good back-to-back outings. How has he improved over the year?
Oh man, he's been incredible. His last several starts too have just been absolutely electric against really, really good lineups and a ton of swing and miss. The athleticism and consistency, his delivery is definitely there. He worked so hard this offseason. We saw it immediately in spring training. We saw a lot more consistency, and I think now the difference is the shape in his 2 breaking balls that allows him to get hitters more off balance and really be aggressive with 3, sometimes 4 pitches as he wrinkles in the changeup. But it's a really, really effective mix that it doesn't really matter who he's facing. Even right-handed hitters, he's getting a ton of swing and miss, and it's really good. It's a testament to him. He put in a ton of work, and it is paying off.